Yo, 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 what's happening, people? We're back live for another match preview for Arsenal versus Slavia Prague. We are in the cut. Boy, as I said, last chance saloon for the boys. Them. Big game. Can Arsenal do it? Can we progress to the semi-finals of the Europa League again? Well, as it stands, we're going out. Well, let's get into it. Yo, people, we're back in the cut. We're live. It's Arsenal versus Slavia Prague. We're in Prague tonight. We're the biggest game of the season. It's last chance saloon time. Can we do it? Can we progress to the next round of the Europa League? Massive game. Been thinking about this game all damn week. We're here. We're live. We're in the cut. Those of you that are live with me, get in the chat. Let me know your prediction. Let me know your predicted lineup. 6 o'clock UK time. Right now, lineup should be out within the next 45 minutes. Boy, what are we saying, people? We confident, man. It's a big game. I mean, it's our chance, our only chance to really, in my head, to keep our European glory alive tonight. I mean, listen, if we reflect back on last week for a second, we were minutes away, literally seconds away from winning 1-0 after Pepe's late goal. But Thomas Holes, it was who headed in at the back post right at the death to rescue a 1-1 draw for Prague and a big, big away goal out there. So huge game for Arsenal tonight. Listen, we don't want to be in this position. We don't want to be in this position, but we're here. We're in the cut. We missed bare chances last week. I don't want to hear that it was easy. It's an easy game because last week was supposed to be an easy game and we fluffed our lines. We missed how many gilt edge chances? Lacazette, gilt edge chance. So many gilt edge chances we had last week and we didn't make use of it. So tonight in Prague is a massive opportunity to try and turn the tide. Change this make or break. Yeah, we make or break for real. Big make or break. Jordan Brown minutes away, and now they're gonna knock you guys out tonight. We'll see about that. We'll really see about that. Damien Perez says if Arsenal go through, I see Villarreal ending their journey. Boy, I mean, we need to beat Villarreal. We need to beat Prague before we can even think about Villarreal right now. We need to beat Prague before we can even consider Villarreal because we're not even there yet. We're not even there yet, and potentially they do. Potentially, Unai comes back and beats us. But for now, we got to focus on Prague because there ain't no guarantees we're beating Prague. There's no guarantees we're beating Prague today because we are the most inconsistent team in the country right now. Win comfortably last week against Sheffield United on Sunday. Today, what are we going to see? What are we going to see? Are we going to actually step up the game? Listen, I questioned the mentality of the boys the last time against Benfica, and boy, they leave it late. But Aubameyang obviously got the win up. Then time to do it again. Time to step up the plate again and go away to Prague and win and score. Listen, it's 1-1 right now. As soon as the match kicks off, we're 90 minutes away from going out because we're going out on away goals. So we need to score. We're going to get into the team news and predicted lineup in a second. But, we've got, as Arteta said earlier on this week, we've got a responsibility to qualify for Europe. But it's on our shoulders now. We've got to go and do it. Listen, if we lose to a Man United, for example, I would be like, you know what, fair enough, we lost to maybe the better team. But to go out to Prague, you just know it's just a missed opportunity. You know it is, man. So we may not win. We may not win the competition, but you've got to give yourself the best opportunity. And for me, going out to Prague in a game you must win to have any hopes of Europe next season, shocking. It's shocking. It'll be absolutely shocking. Damien Perez says, I would start Martinelli to give them energy and drive and attack. You know what? I would as well. I said this after the Sheffield United game. I said he has to start for me. Whether or not Arteta will do it is another question, and we'll get into what I think Arteta will do. But I don't think I think he needs to start. I think he needs to start on the wing, give us a bit of energy, press them high. They leave a lot of gaps in behind as they did at the Emirates last week. So if we can get Martinelli at them, he's obviously on form, played well against Sheffield United, um, had the joint most amount of shots in that game. Obviously scored a goal, the tap in as well. So yeah, we need that hunger. We need that pressing. You're right. We need. I think Martinelli should start tonight. I do. I really do. And we'll get into the lineup because I know the lineup's going to be coming out soon anyway. Um, so there'll be a lot of question marks about who should start tonight. Before we go into that, I guess the team news for the game is that there is potentially no Aubameyang and Erdegaard tonight. Both missed training yesterday. I haven't seen any pictures regarding travel, and I don't know if Arsenal are keeping it under wraps because I haven't seen anything regarding who's at the stadium, who's actually because obviously we're in Prague, so they would have known who has to travel before the match, but I haven't seen any pictures to say, usually Arsenal would show them walking onto the flight, walking onto the plane or whatever, and coming out to the stadium. A couple of men have retweeted a couple of things like Miguel Aziz, so we think he's going to be in the squad, but we don't know about the likes of Aubameyang and Erdegaard. Obviously, Aubameyang, as I said, missed training yesterday, wasn't pictured in the training at all from the cameras, so we presume he's missed training unless they purposely didn't take the pictures of him. And Erdegaard as well had an ankle injury and wasn't in training either. So it'll be interesting to see whether they do travel, even if they make the bench, and bring him on for a few minutes or so. That'll be very, very interesting to see. And of course, we got Smith-Rowe and Saka, who were doubts coming into the game. Saka picked up a knock against Sheffield United, came off early on his thigh, but he seems like he's all right. Saka seems like he's going to be fit for today's game. He trained yesterday, so that's good news. And Smith-Rowe, who missed the Sheffield United game with a sore hip, I believe it was, he trained yesterday, so he should be available for selection today. So it'll be interesting. Questions should have to be asked about Arteta if they go out. Yeah, ask them. Ask them questions. Ask them all the questions tonight. Ask them. I'm ready for the questions tonight. Partey needs to show up today. Haven't seen him dominate in midfield, if I'm being honest, in Arsenal colours. He dominated Man United. Ask Shane at Old Trafford. He dominated Man United. He handled Pogba for 90 minutes. Personally, that's my opinion. Not many games, no, I agree with that. But he showed in one or two that he's got the quality. Now, can he do it tonight? Tonight, when all the eyes are on him. I hope so. Because after this, we've only got one game against the big six sides, and that's Chelsea at home. We should get at home away. Sorry, we controlled them at home already. Mawada says I feel losing to Unai will be more damaging to Arteta than getting knocked out by Slavia. If he win tonight, he better make the final. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the board will see it like that. I think the board will see it as a semi-final achievement. But yeah, I know what you mean in terms of like the status and all the fans and all the gimmicks. It'll be like, you just lost to the team that the manager that probably could have got you over the line. But at the end of the day, Unai Emery got us to one final when he lost it to Chelsea comfortably as well. So it's like, where do you go from there? Arteta could potentially get us further and winning it, and then that sort of clouds over that judgment. But we'll have to wait and see, man. I don't even want to think about Emery. I really don't even want to think about it. There's so much to get through tonight that I can't even enter that into that and let that into my mind. Mistakes can be costly tonight. Whoever wants this more will go through. Yeah, 100%. We need no Danny Ceballos messes up. I know he probably won't start. We need no Xhaka mess up. He probably definitely start. We need no mess up from David Luiz isn't in the lineup because obviously he's injured. Yeah, that was the last team news. Tierney's out for the season actually, and David Luiz unlikely to be back tonight. I'm sort of having a sneaky look to see if I can see any sort of images, any sort of pictures, any sort of leaks. But at the moment, it's all tight-lipped. I know BT don't go live till 7:15, so yeah, it's all tight-lipped out there. We don't know who's going to be playing. We don't know who's going to be in the squad. But I'm going to go with my predicted 11. And you should see that coming up on the screen in a second. I'm going to go with a team that I think Arteta will play tonight rather than the team that I would play. In fact, it will probably only have one or two changes in it, really, from being completely honest. But yeah, this is the team I'm going to go with live with you now. I think he will go with a 4-2-3-1 as per normal. I know we slightly changed it up against Sheffield United, but we've got to go back to basics tonight. And I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, easy job here. Leno, question marks over Leno. He was interviewed actually at the start of the game, so that always gives you indication of who's going to start. He was interviewed with the press last night, and said that there's been no talks on his contract yet. His contract expires in 2 years' time, so I'd imagine this summer Arsenal got to make a decision on whether you keep Leno or you move on from him. I think he'll stay. I think he might even sign an extension. Listen, there's no doubt Leno's performances have dipped this season. He's not been the heights as he was maybe last season or the season before. The year after obviously Martinez has left, but still a good goalkeeper, and I'm still happy with him as our number one. Can make mistakes, but it's not them sort of costly big main errors. Just where opportunities where you may think maybe could have done better there. At right back, I'm going to go with Bellerin. I think he'll go with Bellerin tonight. Obviously, Chambers got the 90 minutes against Sheffield United, and this is a position where I like to shuffle it. Obviously, Bellerin played last week Thursday at right back, and I think he'll go back in there tonight. Rob Holding, I think, will occupy the RCB position. Played well against Sheffield United. Big question marks about him still. How good is he really? Obviously, David Luiz is the mainstay at the RCB spot, but I think Holding will take it tonight. And I'm going to go with Gabriel next to him. You guys know my thoughts. I think Mari's a brilliant player, man, and I really do like to see him and potentially next to Gabriel. But in a game like tonight, there's only going to be one choice. Arteta's going to go with the man he's more confident in, and I think that's Gabriel on the ball. As I said, though, Gabriel, Mari, and maybe like a Fulham on Sunday. I just want to see it. I just want to see how it will work with those two, who I think are our best fit defenders at the moment. But I think he's going to go with that. And I think he's going to go. I know it's Xhaka last week there. I think he's going to go back to basics and put Cedric at left back. Listen, I know Cedric made a big mistake for the goal last week, but I don't know if that was specifically due to him being left-footed. Being right-footed or playing at left back. But he's got to cut out the mistake. No mistakes today from Cedric as well. We just need a good performance from him at left back. And again, someone that was rested at the weekend, along with Gabriel and Bellerin. I think he'll come in and I think he'll start. And therefore, I think he'll go with a midfield two of Partey, who I thought was great against Sheffield United, controlled the midfield, great assist for Lacazette, and Xhaka, who I thought, again, was comfortable at left back against Sheffield United. I think he will start there. In the number 10 position, I'm going to go with Emile Smith-Rowe. I think he's back, and I'm hoping that he's back to play today. A good game is needed from him tonight. I know there's talks of maybe keeping Saka in that number 10 position because he played so well. But for me, I think Arteta will go with Smith-Rowe. On the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Saka. I think he'll stick with Saka on the right. Moving back to where he's a little bit more comfortable. Although, again, I thought he had a good game against Sheffield United over there. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Pepe. I know he doesn't normally go Pepe on the left, but he also made the comment last week with Martinelli about not having too many youngsters in the starting lineup. That just made me think that he may go Pepe. I really hope to God that Willian doesn't start tonight, because I think you need to space him behind. There may be times for Willian, but I feel like tonight is a one where you need to go at them with pace. As I said, personally, I would go Martinelli there, and I would drop Pepe and maybe bring Pepe off the bench later on if the game's getting a bit tough. I'd go Martinelli personally, but I got a sneaky feeling he may just go with Pepe on the left, and I'm going to go with Lacazette up front. Another big game needed from Lacazette. Listen, I hope revenge is on his mind when he's thinking about this game after that massive miss he had last week. Brilliant game against Sheffield United on Sunday. and we now need the performance of a lifetime from Laka. Again, I'm hoping that Aubameyang's in the squad to maybe bring off the bench. Um, as I said, the likes of Martinelli could play or could come off the bench. We probably will see Willian at some point, depending on how the game goes, and maybe a El Neni or Ceballos, but I don't think there'll be high priorities for this game. It all depends on how the game goes, of course, but that's the lineup, I think. So that's Leno in goal, Bellerin at right back, Holden, Gabriel, Cedric, Partey, Xhaka, Smith-Rowe in the 10, Saka on the right, Pepe on the left, Laka up top. Personally, I'd go with Martinelli, but that's what I think Mikel will do. Um, so let me get back to some of your comments. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Damian Perez says I wouldn't be surprised if this goes extra time. And I do not want to. I do not want a penalty shootout, and I don't want extra time. I just want to win. I just want to win, and I feel like he's not going to go there. Listen, we get 2 goals and the game's done, pretty much. It's all about can you get the 2 goals though. Easier said than done. A lot easier said than done. Well, interesting. Yapsa says Leno is too cocky and not good enough, in my opinion. Um, do you need a bit of cockiness as a goalkeeper though? Sometimes I feel like you need to be a little bit cocky and just say what you actually feel. And not let the defense get away with stuff. He was vexed at the defense for conceding that goal last week. I feel like you need to have a little bit of cockiness as a goalkeeper. I was one myself, and sometimes you got to just have that about you. Lehman had that, one of our best goalkeepers in terms of the unbeaten season and getting us to a Champions League final. Lehman had that in abundance, but can work against you, as we saw in the Champions League final when he got sent off. But I think Leno's good, and I think Leno's good with his feet, and I think that's what Arteta wants more than anything, a goalkeeper that can actually play ball. So yeah, I think he would be there. Listen, could we get better than Leno? Potentially, but you know what it is for me? Getting rid of Leno just means another issue for us to deal with in the summer. And it's like we potentially got to find another striker, because for me, I think Lacazette's going to have his last season this year. I don't think he will stay next season. So that's one. You're looking at another right back because Arteta doesn't have his full trust in Bellerin or Cedric or Chambers. So I think another one will come in and maybe 2 of them will go. You probably need another centre midfielder now. For me, you probably want someone better to play alongside Partey. I love a Basuma, someone like that in alongside. You can still keep Xhaka in the squad if you wanted to, but you may want to get a bit stronger, especially if you send Ceballos back to Real Madrid. You need to know what you're going to do with the number 10 position, because if you don't sign Erdegaard, you need to then sign someone else, maybe a Buendia or something along those lines, a Julian Brandt, that sort of caliber of player. So that's 4 already. And it's probably they're probably the sort of the main 4 positions. So to go for a goalkeeper as well, you obviously got the likes of Guendouzi, Torreira, Joe Willock, Maitland-Niles, Eddie Nketiah. You got to decide what you're going to do with all these guys as well. So there's a lot of business for us to do in the summer. I just don't feel like Leno's the big issue for us at the moment. I'd probably keep him for at least another year and see how that goes. Get your predictions in as well. Jordan Brown's gone Slavia Prague 2, Arsenal 0. Of course, why would I expect anything different? I'm going to go with a 2-1 Arsenal win. I think we'll nick it 2-1. I don't trust us to keep a clean sheet, but I'm hoping for a clean sheet. I saw nothing in Slavia last week that made me think, oh, we're not going to keep a clean sheet. It's just Arsenal being Arsenal. I feel like at some point we'll just mess it up for ourselves and concede. But conceding is not the worst of it. It's all about our scoring. We need to score, and I think we're good enough to get 2. And listen, someone said it earlier. Slavia Prague. Why are we even considering being nervous for? Like, we should go out and beat them comfortably. Like, if you can't beat Slavia Prague in a one-off game, you don't deserve to win the Europa League. You don't. Who's Slavia Prague really? Who are they really? Yes, they've only lost 3 games away from home in the last couple of years or whatever. At home, sorry. But come on, man. If you can't beat Slavia Prague at home, just go home now and just finish off the season. We got to win this game. No matter what lineup he puts up, I'm not even giving an excuse. No matter what lineup he puts out, whether he goes with the Pepe or Aubameyang, whether he goes with Lacazette, Martinelli, like you got to win whichever lineup he puts out has to go win. There's no excuse for me. You ain't got that many injuries to have an excuse. David Luiz, Tierney is not enough for me to say, yeah, you're not good enough to go through. It's Slavia Prague. The man are racist. The man got a 10-game ban for being racist. Come on, man. Go and beat them up. Go and beat them up. I'm going for a 2-1 Arsenal win. I'm getting confident. And I'm hoping we go through. And we'll deal with Una hopefully next. When's it? When's the next round? A couple of weeks time. Europa League progresses. Other than that, if we don't go through, that ends my interest in the Europa League, and I will just not be watching the rest of it. That's just me, hey. That's just me. But yeah, guys, thank you for coming in the chat. I'm gonna be back tonight after the game. I'm gonna be doing a predicted, a review of the game. So 10 o'clock, round there or thereabouts when we finish, or potentially extra time. So maybe even after extra time, may even do a watching one, depending on what happens in the game. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back, and I'll be back with a win. I want to win the game outright, comfortably go through, and then we can start to look ahead at Fulham on Sunday. But yeah, massive game tonight. Do not let me down, Arsenal. Come on, 3 point. Well, not even 3 points. Just win the game. Go through, please. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you all soon. Like, share, subscribe to Neeks Sports, people. If you haven't done it already, smash that like button. Support the channel. Support me and Neeks. Give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you lot all after the game.